So it's been a whole month of since I filmed a video last time. I can't even believe it. Seems like forever, honestly. And I wanted to talk to you today and film something like a life update because last month has been pretty crazy and I just wanted to talk about it. As I said in my last video, when we were packing for our moving, well, actually we're in the new house and I haven't showed it to you and I can't really film the house tour now. I'll tell you why a little bit later, but this is the new house and you have like a little bit of a sneak peek of how it looks. But yeah, I'll be filming a full house tour a little bit later. We'll talk about it. At 23rd of September, as I said in my last video, the mobilization in my country was announced. And many of our friends decided to leave the country and they called us, they texted us. Many of them knew that we are in Georgia. The cat is playing with something. So a lot of our friends knew that we are in Georgia and they texted us, they called us, they were asking about the situation on the border, if they can pass it or not, if we have a place for them to stay. And a lot of people came to our house, honestly, like a lot. So my friends that I was talking about in last video, they were able to cross the border. Actually, all of our friends were able to cross the border who wanted to leave. And for some it was easier, for some it was harder. Like literally one family with 2 kids, they spent I think 2 days on the border in the car. I mean, that's crazy. And they spent a lot of money because a lot of corruption was happening there. But first families who packed immediately and went to the border, they passed quite smoothly. So the guys I've been talking about spent there about 17-19 hours on the border, not including the other parts of the road. And they didn't pay anything, they just were waiting in line and then they crossed it and came to our house with one single guy. And then on the next day, we've been waiting for one family with a kid, with a small child. They went quite smoothly too, but they had to walk several kilometers on foot to cross it because the line was too long and they decided not to wait. They went that line on foot and then they paid somebody to drive them across the border. So they made it like that and they came to our place as well, and we were living like that for several days. And then we had to move to this house and we were able to find new places for these people to stay. Like these people went to Turkey by that time, but there were 2 more families who came and several other single guys. So we were helping with their accommodation in the city for a couple weeks. And it's been hard, like it's been hard emotionally and physically, and the amount of sleep I had was like that. Because we also have a newborn and luckily she's a very calm child and she has been very calm all that time. She's just sleeping all day long mostly, but still she wakes up at night and I have to feed her, so I still like wake up at night. But in general, she's just very calm baby. She just lays down, eats and sleeps. She doesn't even cry. That's been very helpful because if she would not sleep at night, I would probably, I don't know, I would not be able to function at all. So we've been hosting friends. We had several very nice dinners all together because 90% of these people know each other. They were all either from our church in Krasnodar or other churches that are kind of similar, so we all know each other. And we also have been hosting some like dinners in our house, something like a home group. There is a neighbor passing by my window and looking at me. At the moment, there are 2 single guys living with us. They are staying in our place. One is looking for a job and apartment here in Georgia, and another one will go to another country later. but he's waiting for his girlfriend, like whatever, he got it. For his girlfriend to make her passport, international passport, because we have two different passports in Russia, and for international one you have to, you have to apply to make it and pay the money, and not everybody has it. People who don't travel usually don't have it. So he's waiting for her to make this passport, and then she'll come here and they will go to another country together. But at the moment he's here, and another guy is looking for something here in Georgia. So yeah, that is one of the reasons. Well, actually, it's the only reason why I don't want to film the house tour now, because they're living here in the second bedroom we have. We have 2 bedrooms in this house, and there are things laying around. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable by filming their stuff, and just how this room looks now is not how it's going to be looking later, because we actually wanted to use this room as a home office for work / guest bedroom in case somebody will come, but not for a long period of time. So yeah, it will be looking differently, and there are things, and most of the time they're at home now. They left with my husband to the city, so I can film because I feel very uncomfortable filming when somebody is in our house. I don't know what's about that, but I just feel very uncomfortable. I can't focus on anything. I'm just thinking that we have guests over, and it's very hard for me to function and actually just to sit down and write something or read something. Just very hard for me. Like, I can't focus on anything when there are so many people around. But it's been fun. Like, really, we had several nights of playing board games all together. Like yesterday we've been playing till, I don't know, 1 a.m. probably. Yeah, so we are having a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm quite tired a little bit of guest season, and I hope that everybody will find their home soon, and it will be a little bit easier for me to work and just, to take care of my family. And also, I really want to go somewhere, like on a little trip, like a vacation trip or something like that, because I'm a big fan of traveling and trips and just exploring new places. And last time we've had like a trip, like a proper trip, was in March when we went to Uzbekistan. But at the same time, it was very stressful because it was not a cute vacation family trip. It was like, we are suddenly moving trip. Like, I was stressed out and I couldn't really enjoy the place properly. I really want to have like a proper long, maybe like 2 weeks trip to somewhere, maybe to the seaside. Since my husband got his driving license, I've been dreaming about going to the seaside and mountains here in Georgia. I just want to explore this country so much. It's so beautiful country, and the nature here is just incredible. And also, what's new, we've been able to get all the documents done for Adeline, for our newborn, very, very fast. So we have your birth certificate now and your international passport now, and we can actually travel abroad now. I thought, like, everybody was scaring me that it will take several months, and I actually was worried if we'll make it till March, because in March we'll have to leave this country and come back to, like, we can stay here for 1 year only and no more. So we can leave and then we can come back and the new year will start again. We don't need visa here, but we need to cross the border somewhere to show that we left and then we came back. So it will be in March. We have plans, but everything is not quite certain yet. It's been a crazy year, guys. It's been it's the most uncertain year in my life. Like, every month I'm like, what's going on? Like, we are also waiting for several families to come soon, and at the moment everything on the borders is very smooth. There are no traffic jams anymore, no lines. Everybody who wanted to leave immediately left in the first week, and there were crazy traffic jams, for days you would stand in this line. And then everything, people calmed down. Everybody who wanted to leave left, everybody who wanted to stay stayed, everybody who was not sure finally saw that the line is getting smaller and decided to wait a little bit longer. So at the moment there are no traffic jams. The border crossing process is very easy, like 1 hour and you are gone. And we are waiting for several more families to come. We will not host them, but they are staying in other places, but they're still our friends, so we will still be glad to meet them and just see them and talk with them. It's funny how I was at the beginning of the year when we just moved here, I was missing my friends so much in Krasnodar. I was just so sad that we left and we were not able to say goodbye to all of them because we left very fast. And I was just upset because I didn't know when we'll see them next time. And everybody just came here this month. Most of people who we wanted to see just came here, and it was kind of sad and stressful because these people were not into happy vacation moods too. They just, they were all kind of stressed out and they left a lot of things behind in Russia. So, but they were glad to see us anyway. And now they're settling down in Turkey. Most of them, several families, they spent several days here and they all just went to Turkey because it's cheaper there to live there than here. And they all went there and they're settling down there. And I really hope that we'll be able to have a Turkey vacation soon. I'm dreaming about Turkey road trip. I've been to Turkey a couple times, but it was with my parents and we were staying in hotels mostly. I really want to have a proper road trip around Turkey to kind of have that picture of the country in my mind, to experience the country. Since our friends are living there now, we are waiting for them to settle down a little bit more and to figure out how to leave our pets here and for the guys to find their places and to move further. And I hope we'll be able to go to Turkey. We'll see. I have so many plans and ideas. One more neighbor crossing by. Yeah, we have a big window here and they're all just staring at me because we have a see-through fence and then the road right in front of the window. So they're all just looking at me. Whatever. Some of you have been asking about my relatives in Russia. So I have a mom, a brother, and a dad. That's my closer family. And they are all in Russia and they don't want to leave. My dad is very chill about everything. He thinks that everything is fine. He'll deal with everything in Russia, and he's helping a lot in Ukrainian city Mariupol. He lives in Krasnodar at the moment and he drives to Mariupol every week approximately to bring basic medicine, household items, food, just stuff that people need because there are a lot of people who live in very bad they have very difficult situations. So my dad is going there every week and it's he's very excited about it now. He finds a lot of value in it, so he doesn't want to live anywhere, and I understand his position. And my brother, he's in another city, he's working and studying, and he's just also chill about everything. He doesn't worry about himself, so he doesn't want to leave. And my mom doesn't want to leave too. So they're just there. And I hope my dad will come to see us. He planned a vacation here to see us and to see Adeline the first time. And we've seen him last time in January, so it's been a long time. But he's not going to stay here. He just wants to come to see us, to hang out here and come back to Russia. And Tolia's relatives are mostly in the USA. They are living there. He has two sisters with their families in Russia, but they also don't really want to move anywhere. I hope that I'll be able to show you this house soon because it's the cutest house It's just the cutest place I've ever lived in. I like the design so much. It's so cute and comfortable and small and cozy and just beautiful. It's also far from the city, and I was so excited when I found this house. I was scrolling, like I've been looking for houses for a long time, and I've been trying to find something small and cute, affordable and beautiful in design to just make it a very lovely home. And it's been so hard, guys. When I found this one, I just called Toya and I was like, this is our home, just call the owner right now. And we went to see the house right immediately. I'll end it here, and Lynn woke up. So thank you guys a lot for watching, for staying with me, for listening to the update, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye. Bye.